So I just got done watching Dr. Stone episode 76, and who was gonna tell me that you could just make diamonds? Like, look, most of the science in this show is like pretty real and pretty believable. Now, granted, timelines and things like that I feel like are a little fibbed, and the reality of the situation is not always like copy paste to reality, but like for the most part, they get the science down pretty well. So who's gonna tell me that you can just stick some tungsten in some alcohol and make diamonds in like what felt like maybe an hour in Dr. Stone time? I would have liked to know that. I want to retire. I want to make diamonds. Like, look, don't get me wrong. I've heard of zirconia. I know that there's fake diamonds out there, but you would think that Zeno and Senku would understand that if the Medusa is powered by diamonds, it's probably looking for some characteristic within real diamonds. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's zirconia or pass off well enough, because I've heard that they're basically identical to diamonds, and diamonds, the only reason that they're so hard is because they're compressed over millions of years underground. And so, yeah, maybe there's something going on with the zirconia, and maybe that's what this is, but like, I don't know. That was just weird and interesting. I might look into the science unless there's a real scientist that happens to see this that wants to explain how that process actually works. But like, other than that, this episode was good. I do love how they're like, oh, we have so many Medusas, so we can just kind of fuck around and find out now. They're like, oh, we wanted to be very careful when we thought we only had like one or two Medusas. Now we have literal thousands in a tower. Let's just smash them. That's science. Experimentation. Trying over and over again. Trying out every single hypothesis. Like, that's just so fun, and it's so realistic to the scientific method. I mean, even if you're not a scientist, you've been in a biology or chemistry class before, and sometimes you kind of just do have to throw caution to the wind and just try around until something works. So that was really fun. Other than that, this was kind of a slower episode. Again, we got some stuff with the Medusa. We're getting closer. We did have the whole camouflage thing. That was kind of interesting, and giving us a little bit of a hint as to maybe some of the mystery behind the Medusa, because the Medusa is made in a specific way to refract radio signals, which is actually why they end up using it for stealth on their new ship, so that they can avoid the radar that we're getting chased with, so that they can escape easier. So a little bit of a hint, especially as to why they couldn't detect it earlier. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Drop a like, drop a follow, and as always, stay nerdy.